Let's talk about Leon Edwards today. Man, he is fired up to get revenge against Belal Muhammad. Even though he's getting ready to face Sean Brady at UFC London, Leon can't stop thinking about that loss to Belal back in July. But you know what? He's still super confident. He truly believes he's the better fighter. When asked about it, Leon said, "I would love to run it back with Belal. I feel like it's difficult to say he wins. Like I said, I probably prefer Belal because he's the last guy to defeat me. Even though at halftime I feel like that's one I need to get back. I truly believe I'm the better fighter between me and him, and I need to go out there and prove it again." You can hear the determination in his voice. But don't think for a second that he's overlooking his next opponent. Leon made it clear, but now I'm focusing on Sean Brady. I'm focusing on going out there in London, getting rid of him. And then once I get rid of him, I can call out whoever is next. That's the mindset of a true champion. Leon sees that loss to Belal as a chance to grow, not something that defines his career. He knows how competitive the UFC welterweight division is, and he's taking it one fight at a time. All the fans are wondering, can Leon dominate Brady and set up that rematch with Belal? His hunger for redemption is real. Leon Edwards is ready to prove himself once again in that octagon. Now let's talk about Jamahal Hill and his thoughts on the Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev fight. This one has fans divided, but Hill is convinced that Ankalaev deserved that win. Hill didn't hold back, saying, "Pereira had small moments, but there was no real big moment where he landed a shot that had a significant effect. Whenever Magomed hit him, especially in the couple of instances where he timed a counter and knocked Pereira backward, that was impactful." He pointed out how much more damage was visible on Pereira's face compared to Ankalaev. The evidence was right there. But here's the thing, Hill is certain we're getting an immediate rematch. He revealed, "I believe there will be an immediate rematch, no question. The UFC is going to do it. I was told back when Pereira fought Hill that if Hill had beaten him, there would have been an immediate rematch. So they're gonna do it now." What about adjustments for the rematch? Hill thinks Pereira needs to get back to his kickboxing roots. Even though Pereira showed strong takedown defense, Hill believes those kicks are what will make the difference. The biggest adjustment he can make is going back to his kickboxing base, Hill explained. He was strong and showed he could stop the takedowns, but working behind those kicks and setups will be crucial. And just to be clear, Hill has no personal bias here. He said people keep asking if he's happy Pereira lost, but he really didn't care who won. He just acknowledges that Pereira's star power brings attention to the division, while Ankalaev now has his chance to build his own legacy as champion. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about Justin Gaethje. He is not playing around. Following his tough decision win over Rafael Fiziev, Gaethje jumped on social media with a clear message. He wrote, "I've won 3 out of my last 4 fights, only losing in an exhibition fight. I have to fight for the belt next. Dana White, I am ready." But here's where it gets interesting. Fans immediately started questioning if Justin actually wrote this. Many thought it sounded more like his manager, Ali Abdelaziz. One fan even commented, "I love how you can immediately tell which tweets are written by Ali Abdelaziz. Shut up, Ali." They even shared that classic meme of Abdelaziz holding multiple phones. You know the one. But jokes aside, does Justin deserve the next title shot? Looking at his record, he has won 3 of his last 4, with his only loss coming against Charles Oliveira in a title fight. His victories over Michael Chandler, Rafael Fiziev, and other top contenders show he can compete with the best. But man, that lightweight division is stacked. With Islam Makhachev holding the belt and guys like Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira in the mix, the UFC has some tough decisions ahead. What do you think? Should Justin get the next shot, or does someone else deserve it more? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Speaking of Islam Makhachev, he's taking his already scary ground game to another level. The lightweight champ is working on a new choke during his training sessions. As if he wasn't dominant enough, right? Makhachev is known for his suffocating top control, relentless pressure, and technical mastery of grappling and BJJ. Now he's adding another weapon to his arsenal. His grappling has been key to his rise to the top, following in the footsteps of his mentor Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's built his career on neutralizing opponents with takedowns and punishing ground control. He's already won fights via arm triangle, kimura, and rear naked choke. And now there's something new coming. While we don't know exactly what this new technique is, fans and analysts are buzzing about how he might use it in his next fight. Makhachev is known to adapt his training based on upcoming opponents, and this could be a strategic shift for his next title defense. Whether it's a variation of a traditional submission or something completely new, one thing is certain. Opponents should be terrified. With Makhachev's ability to control fights and wear down opponents, this new move could lead to another highlight reel finish. Islam Makhachev continues to evolve, and the lightweight division better take notice. Let's wrap things up with some drama. Paddy Pimblett has fired back at Dustin Poirier after Poirier said Michael Chandler would beat Paddy in their upcoming fight at UFC 314. A few weeks ago, Poirier confidently stated, "I'm taking Chandler all day. Go heavy on the money." In an interview with ESPN, Pimblett didn't hold back. He said something about me the other day, didn't he? Saying it's legends only, and that he thinks Chandler will beat me. I think he should have more than one fight. He looked good in his last fight, so I don't understand why he'd retire when he's looking good. But yeah, I think I'd beat Dustin Poirier. I'd love to fight him. And finally, Conor McGregor is making headlines again. This time, he's reaching out to Joe Rogan with an interesting invitation. Late last night, McGregor tweeted directly at Rogan. "What's up, Joe Rogan, my man? I messaged you. Are you looking for a guest on the podcast? I have a great one for you." What makes this so interesting is their rocky history. These two have had several public clashes over the years. After UFC 229, when McGregor fought Khabib, Rogan pointed out an illegal knee McGregor landed. This infuriated Conor, who later said, "That was an illegal knee on the head of a grounded opponent? Shut up, Joe, you little fool. What are you talking about? Smash this and smash that." What was smashed? My knee into his head? Yeah, sure. Call the cops. Their tension resurfaced when Rogan speculated about McGregor possibly using PEDs during his recovery from that horrific leg break against Poirier. McGregor fired back, accusing Rogan of never having fought in the UFC and only competing in Taekwondo tournaments. Ironically, McGregor also accused Rogan of using PEDs, even though Rogan is openly transparent about his testosterone replacement therapy. So will Rogan accept McGregor's offer? A McGregor appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience would be massive, probably breaking viewership records. The podcast has featured countless UFC fighters, but McGregor's wild stories and sharp tongue would make for an unforgettable episode. Would you like to see Conor McGregor and Joe Rogan sit down for a conversation? Do you think Rogan will respond? Let us know what you think.